Here, the agenda for today's topic is backup, HANA backup and recovery. HANA SAP HANA backup and recovery part. So what is it mean by backup and recovery? So why we need backups, regular backups? Why we have to take the backups? So anyone, any clues? So anyone, why we need backups? What happens if we don't have the backups? Yesterday we had a similar example. So what happened if we don't have the backup? Backup is in place. That's why we were able to restore the system. Now even backup is not there. So what exactly will happen?
You're going to lose the data.
Right, exactly. So we are losing the data here. Suppose it's a normal training system, that's fine. If it is a disaster, so it's a disaster, hardware failure happened. In that case, it's a real business systems. So they have the one of the medical device company. They are using the databases to store their data, right? So in that case, if the data got corrupted, so in that case, what we have to do here? So the backups, regular backups are very important to restore to the previous up to point in time or to restore the previous status here. Same as like HANA also, we have the backup features are available here. And also we have the backup features are available here. So what are the backups, types of backups here available in the HANA database here? So here HANA, we have two types of backups are available here. So two types of backups are available in the HANA. So two types of backups. So two types of backups are available in HANA. So one is the full DB backup, full DB backup, complete DB backup. We have to take the complete database backup. We have to take it out. Full DB backup or complete DB backup. We will call it as the complete DB backup here. The next one is the delta backups. Delta backups. So delta backups. Delta backups means in the delta backup itself we have the two again. So one is the incremental backup. Then the second one is called someone is pinging. So incremental backup, and the second one is called uh, extended backups, right? So you can see here. So the backups, where can we see here? If we go to the system DB, the backups are restore or recovery of the tenants. We have to take it from the system DB only. So right click on the system DB. If you see the backups, in the backup of the system database or tenant database, you can see the options here. So if you take the system DB, you will see the options here, right? Select that DB, tenant DB. So you can see the complete DB backup and differential backup or incremental backup. Total three types. But these two are called the delta backups. So these two are called the delta backups here. Okay, diff backup. It should be differential backup here. So yeah, these are the types of backups are available here. So let's discuss about the what is mean by full DB backup, full database backup. So types of backups, full DB backups here. So in the full database backup means entire your database will be backed up. Entire your data will be backed up. Suppose you have the database like this is the database here, right? This is your database. In the database, so you have the up to here, your database is increased. So up to here, you have the size of the database. Up to here, you have the size. You have the size of the database is here. Maybe in out of 1 terabyte, data, suppose like let's take example of the here, you have the 1 TB of the data here, 1 terabyte, right? 1 terabyte of the data, 1 terabyte of the RAM in that one. So you have the up to 256 GB already used, 250 GB already used here, 250 GB already used here. So when you take the backup, when you take the full backup here, so the starting from here to so up to here, suppose you are taking now you are taking means, so whatever the data is there now, so entire data from starting to till date, till now, whenever you click on the backup button, so that data, the 250 GB, the backup, the data will be backed up. That is called the full DB, entire your data from starting from to till date. So entire data will be backed up. That is called the full DB backup, full database backup. Entire data will be backed up. That is called the full database backup will be backed up here. That is the main thing here, right? So that is the main thing you need to learn here. Full database backup, we should take it out here, right? So that is called the full database backup here. So now after that, incremental backup up to today. So you have taken the backup here up to today. You have taken the backup today, maybe today. So today you have taken the backup here, right? So full data, whatever the data is there in the database backup, so entire data backup will come. That is called the full DB backup. So what is mean by incremental backup? Incremental backup means, suppose example, tomorrow you are going to take the backup, so DB size got increased this much of time, right? Why? Because from today to tomorrow you will get the some size, maybe 2 GB. 2 GB got increased, 2 GB got increased, 2 GB got increased, right? 2 GB got increased. In this case, if you take the backup, so this incremental backup or differential backup, both we have to take it from after the full database backup only. Both we have to take after the full database backup, after the full DB backup only. Once the full database backup is taken, then only either the incremental backup or differential backup is possible. Otherwise, it's not possible here, right? So that is the main thing here. See here. So here, so you have taken that today, you have taken the full database backup, you have taken, right? So tomorrow you want to take the incremental backup. Incremental backup means it will only take the, so whatever the data is increased after the full backup, means today 6 o'clock you taken the backup today, and tomorrow again 6 o'clock you are taking the tomorrow. Tomorrow if you are taking the backup, tomorrow you are taking the backup. Tomorrow if you are taking the backup of, tomorrow if you are taking the backup at 6 o'clock, so then when was the, it will check the, when you are taking the incremental backup, it will check the when was the full database backup is taken. Okay, today, yesterday means today it was taken here, then today 6, then after 6 to tomorrow you are taking, right? In between, whatever the changes are there, whatever the data increased, so that data will be backed up here, that is called the incremental backup. So incremental backup, maybe I will give one more example here. Okay, so this is your database, right? This is our database. So here let's segregate like days wise, right? So Monday, Sunday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7. So here you have the option, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, again Saturday, right? Saturday. So you have the, so days weekly 7 days. So then you have the weekly 7 days here. So Monday, Sunday you are taking the backup. Sunday your DB size got increased up to here. Your DB size got increased up to here Sunday, right? After Sunday your database size got increased here, right? Then you can take the backup here from up to here. You can take the backup here. Maybe let me take the one more example here. So here, so when you take the full DB backup on the Sunday, this is the Sunday, right? So when you are taking the backup from here, you are here, then you are taking the backup, then whatever the data is there, all the data will be backed up. So full DB backup means entire data up to Sunday 6 o'clock you are taking the backup, means so previous days to up to Sunday, all the data will be backed up. Full DB backup. I hope you got the clear on the full DB backup. Incremental backup means after the full DB be taken, So again, Monday you are taking the backup here. Again, Monday also every day we have to take the backup, right? So Monday you are taking the backup. Then in this case, what it will do? So Sunday, when it was the taken? Sunday 6 o'clock. Then Sunday 6 o'clock to the Monday 6 o'clock, this backup. So whatever the data increased, that is the incremental backup. That will take the incremental. That is called the incremental backup here. That is called the incremental backup. Again, Tuesday you are taking. So Monday to Tuesday, whatever the data is increased, so that data will be taken. Again, Wednesday you are taking. Then after the Tuesday, whatever the data comes, so that data will be backed up here up to last 24 hours, I can say. Right? So this is called the incremental data. So day by day, whatever means incremental backup, it will look the when was the last backup completed. Suppose when you are taking the backup on so Friday, then last backup completed on the Thursday, then after the Thursday to Friday, whatever the data increased, so that data will be whatever the data increased. So whatever the data increased, only that data will be backed up. Is it clear for everyone? Why? Because when I'm explaining the differential backup, you will get confused of this incremental backup. So that's why. So I'm asking, is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Simple language. Maybe I will explain in Telugu, simple language. So if anyone non-Telugu guys, like just ignore it. Okay. So ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే సండే రోజు బ్యాకప్ తీసుకున్నాం. ఓకే, సండే రోజు ఫుల్ బ్యాకప్ తీసుకున్నాం ఇక్కడ. సో నువ్వు మండే రోజు బ్యాకప్ తీసుకుంటే మళ్ళీ డేటాబేస్ మొత్తాన్ని తీసుకోవాలి, ఎందుకంటే నువ్వు ఫుల్ బ్యాకప్ తీసుకోవట్లేదు, నువ్వు ఇంక్రిమెంటల్ బ్యాకప్ తీసుకున్నావు. అంటే ఈ చేంజెస్లో ఈ సండే నుంచి మండేలో ఈ మధ్యలో ఎంత డేటా అయితే వచ్చిందో నీ డేటాబేస్లోకి ఆ డేటాను వరకే డేటా బ్యాకప్ తీసుకుంటుంది. సారీ. So to continue to the our backup restore method, so all the diagrams are gone now. So let's do same again here. So now you got it right. So what is mean by incremental backups and what is mean by so differential backup and all those things, right? So incremental backup means so whatever the data is increased after the backup, so that data will be backed up. Suppose here you see here, so here Sunday, so you are taking the backup on so Sunday you are taking the backup of at 6 o'clock. Then so before Sunday to till Sunday up to date, whatever the data is there, that data will be backed up. That is the full DB backup, which means again you are taking the Monday also full backup, then total backup to till Monday, whatever the data is there, that data will be backed up, full DB backup. So full DB backup means every day it will take the full database backup. So means the previous backup also it will be take it out. Previous data also will be backed up here. That is the full DB backup. Full DB backup means so when you are taking on the so Friday or Saturday, whatever it may be here, right? So then whatever the data is there till date, so that data, all the data will be backed up. Here. That is called the full database backup. That is called the full database backup. Entire data will be backed up, which means so we have the previous data backup is there, but even though previous backup and that previous backup, all the data, whatever the data is there, all the data will be backed up here. So here the disadvantage is here the file system space is increasing here. Every day full DB backup means the data size is very high. So it will occupy the more space. But when you are doing the restore activity, one backup file is enough. One full DB backup file is enough to restore the one latest full DB backup file is enough to restore the entire data, right? So that's the reason full DB backup we will take it out, or weekly once, and remaining days incremental backup we take it out here. Incremental backup means so the incremental backup first you need to take the full DB backup, right? Then after that only whatever the data is increased in day-to-day activity, so only that data will be backed up. Only that data will be backed up. Suppose you are taking the backup on the Saturday, then so Friday up to here you have taken the backup here. Up to here you have taken the incremental backup or full DB backup. Then it will check the when you are taking the different incremental backup, it will check the when was the last backup taken. So this date. So then from this date to this date, your backup will be taken here. Your the data, whatever the changes are received, you have the backup is taken here. But when you are doing the restore activity, when you are doing the recovery activity, so you need to the first full DB backup, right? You need to restore the full DB backup, then this backup you need to restore, then this backup you need to restore, and this you have to restore it here. Multiple files you have to restore it here. Why? Because so each file has only last 24 hours data is there only. So all the 24 hours, all the incremental backup files you have to restore it here one by one. So that is the one of the disadvantage while doing the restore, but file system space is very less here. Why? Because only small files will be created here. Small files will be created here. So that is the incremental backup here. That is the incremental backup here. Got it? Any confusion here from anyone? Why? Because when I'm explaining the next backup, that will give the differential backup. Differential backup means it will give the mental. So to us. So that is the reason. So did you understand this one? It will give the confusion actually. The main reason is for the differential backup. Incremental backup we discussed, that's clear. Increased backup, right? So complete backup, full database backup. Incremental backup, only increased data. Then what about the differential backup, right? So differential backup means here for differential backup are so incremental backup, the first full database backup we have to take it out. Full DB backup is common for this delta backups. Then so when you are taking the backup after the full DB backup, full DB backup is happened on the so Sunday. Suppose the example here, the Sunday full DB backup happened, right? So when you are taking the Sunday full DB backup happened here. So then when you are when you are taking the backup, of the Monday, it will take the full DB backup from here to here. It will take it out here to here. It will take whatever the data is there in this period. Full database backup to here. It will take it. Similarly, first backup, incremental backup also same. So when you are taking the Tuesday backup, Tuesday you are taking the differential backup. Tuesday you are taking here. So then here what it will take here, it won't check the previous incremental backup. Previous backups, it won't check it out. It will always check the when was the last full database backup happened Sunday. Then so Sunday to Monday in between any data is there, then that data, and Monday to Tuesday any data is there, that data will be backed up here. Then when you are taking the backup on the Wednesday here, then so it will take the backup on the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So all the data will be backed up. Sunday you have taken, then Sunday to Monday. After Sunday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That data will be backed up here. Then here, then when you are taking on the so Thursday, then Monday, Tuesday. So all the backup, all the when was the full DB backup happened, after the full DB backup only it will take the all the data will be backed up here. Here it will create the two files here. One is the full DB backup and the second one is the incremental backup here. So first you need to recover this one, then second you need to recover this backup. One is enough here. Two files here. Incremental backup, files you need to recover it here. Full DB backup, one file is enough here. So that is the difference between the complete DB backup, incremental backup, and differential backup, right? So you got it? Any confusion here? The differential backup will give the small confusion. So if you understand it correctly, then so it will be great. You got it? Any confusion from anyone?
No, Ravindra.
It's clear, right?
Differential backup, look up for last complete backup.
Last full backup. Yeah. Incremental backup will look the when was the last full backup or when was the last so any incremental backup was completed. That backup will look here, right? Suppose when you are taking the incremental backup here, when you are taking the incremental backup, so when you are taking the differential backup, suppose example differential backup. So here you have the increment differential backup, again you have taken the here, again you have taken the full backup, again you have taken the full backup here in this in this day you have taken the full backup. Then again you are taking the full backup, you are again taking the differential backup. It will look the when was the full backup completed, only this day, only from this date to this date the data will be backed up. So the blindly the condition is here, the condition is here. So the differential backup will look the so last full backup only, incremental backup will look the either full backup or so any backup it will look, any db backup it will look when was the last successful backup, either the full or incremental, any backup it will look. So that is the major difference of the this backups here.
Yes, sir, there Sunday is full backup and Tuesday is differential backup and Wednesday is the scheduled incremental backup. Then it will take last differential backup, right?
Yeah, when was the last backup is completed? So that backup it will take it out here. When was the last? So if you are taking the if you again you are Saturday you are taking the backup. So only Sunday you have taken the full backup means Sunday to Saturday it will take all the data will be backed up as part of the differential backup. But you are taking the incremental backup means when was the last backup completed? So here, right, Friday. Then only this changes will be backed up here. Complete database backup means entire data will be backed up. Whatever the data is there till date, that data will be backed up. So now let's start how to take the backups then. So we have the HANA cockpit or HANA studio. We can use it to take the backup. Everything we have to initiate from the system DB only. So go to the backup and recovery part. Just take the backup of the your tenant database here. Just you can take the backup here. Suppose if you initiate the incremental backup, so it will take the incremental backup, but it will look the when was the last backup completed, that will look the that backup here. Suppose here I am taking the backups here, immediately incremental backup, so immediately it will finish it here, so where I have where I have storing the data here. So if you go to the cd slash media, under the media here you have the data, right, backups. So the backups files I have created, here. So here in the backup files we have created here in the cd slash the backups. So here you can see the incremental backup. Complete backup, it will take the complete data backup. Incremental backup, it will give the inc data backup incremental. So like that, the backup will be so recovered here. Suppose something goes wrong, you need to recover the data. If something goes wrong, we have to recover the data, right? Like that, we have to initiate the backups from. So you have to initiate the backups from the here. So just check it out here. What was the full backup or incremental backup? All the backups we can take it out from here. So either the differential or incremental backup, everything we can take it out here. So if something goes wrong here, right? Suppose in my database here. So after the backup, so I have deleted the my one of the cloud user which is connecting to the cloud systems. I have deleted here, right? So I have deleted here this cloud user. So okay. So this is a restricted user. So I think I cannot delete it here. So I'm deleting the one of the basis user I am deleting here, right? So I have deleted the one of the basis user I have deleted here. So I have deleted the basis user. Unfortunately, I have deleted the data now. So now how can I recover it here? How can I recover the data now? So here to recover the data, right click and backup and recovery, recover the tenant database. You need to choose the recover the tenant database here. Go to the here. So recover the specific data backup, that backup which you are taken, right? Recovery also three types, backup also three types, recovery also three types here. One is the recovery to the most recent state. Means, so it will look the log backup when was the last successful log backup is available, it will look that one. In that log backup, these changes are recorded, then definitely our data will be backed up here. Otherwise, point in time recovery. So 611, I think 6.9, we have the consistency data is available, right? 6.9, then 6.9, 2 minutes back only I deleted it here. Then after I can create it here, then I can recover the data. I can recover the data. That data I can recover it here. So otherwise, what I can do, I can use the recover the database backup to the specific data backup, specific data. So the data which I taken, right? The backup I have taken. My backup file is there. 2 minutes back only, I have taken the complete incremental backup I have taken here. Incremental backup I have taken here. So let's see whether I can able to recover that data or not. I can able to recover that data or not here. See here, now it is fetching the data from the catalog. Catalog means kind of storage. It kind of store. Backups will be overview. Backups catalog. Backups overview will be here. When was the last backups? Incremental backup. All these things will be taken here. So see here, when was the complete DB backup happened here? Then complete DB backup here. So then if I recover it here, 9.5. So then 9.5, I have taken the backup here. So which means our data will be there. But after these changes, let me check that one. After these changes, my data will be gone. My data gone here. My data gone here. So here, so delta backups. So without, so here, if you want to use this one, we can use this one, right? You can see here, the data will be backed up here. The whatever the data is there, that data will be so backed up here. That data will be backed up here. So whatever the data I deleted previously, that will be so recovered again. That will be recovered again as part of the this recovery procedure. So that will be recovered. My data will be recovered here. See here, the data is getting recovery. So it's restarting. It's restarting the so index server and access engine. Why? Because tenant you are doing. So tenant will be so restarted here. Tenant is restarting. Tenant will be restarted here. Okay, so it's recovered. It's recovered. Now let's refresh, just refresh here, and see whether you have the data is available or not, right? So basis user is available here. Basis user is available here. The similar time, just delete the one more, maybe role or something, you can delete it here. So role or data, whatever you want, you can delete it here. Something like I can delete this user, right? I can delete the one user here. So I can delete the user now. So how can I recover it here? This one. See here now, if you see here, in the users tab, there is no user here, right? There is no users here. Then how can I recover it here? Right click and backup and recovery. You can recover that entity database. So let's see here. Here, what I will do here. Here, I want to use the backups here. I want to use the full DB backup here. Here I will use the most recent state here. Most recent state. So most recent state. So what is the most recent state? Or it will check the point in time up to so 2 minutes back only, right? 13 only is then I can use the 13th backup. So here then so if the changes are save point is happened, the log backup is running. So then definitely my changes will be backed up here. Let's see here what changes, what logs will be recovered here. So this is the point in time recovery, most recent timestamp of recovery, that date that will be recovered here, right? So whatever the data up to here you want to do, so that data will be backed up here. It will always look the log folder. So log folders, it will look it log folder. So then it will take the backups. Otherwise, I think we have the different log folder, right? Backup location is different here. See here, this is the backup location here. See where was the log backups are happening here. Where was the log backups are happening here. Here, I don't see any log backups here. Maybe That log backups are happening in that location only here. Let's see here. Once it is stopped, it will show the logs here.
Log backup in another directory.
Mm.
In that,
Let's see what was the log backups are available here. So here selected the point in time recovery up to 613. 613 here it is recovering here. So let's see this fetch in the catalog here. 613. 613 it is recovering, but here so the backup shows here this is the backups timestamp. This is the backup timestamp here. Then so where was the log backups are located here in the media? This one log backup. So I guess this is the one I guess. So
yeah, yes, sir. I was telling that.
you created, right? Okay. So then, so we can use this one, we can use this one, we can use this backups location. So then, so you can initialize. So if you don't want to recover the log segments residing in the log area, you can use this option. So delta backups. So here use the delta backups. So select this option. We want to recover the using the delta backups also recovery, right? Recovery will be performed using this delta backups. So then click on this button. Just click on the so what are the log backup location? This is a log backup location. This is the data backup location. Then this is the catalog backups here. So both are different here. Different locations are there here. So then click on the finish button. So let's see here starting the recovery. Recovery log required could not be determined the log recovery. Yeah, I think we have some issues here in this case. Let's verify whether we have the logs are available. Here it is looking the backup catalog location. The log location it is looking here. Yeah, you see the log backups are there here. All the log backups are there here. Okay. Log backups are there here. All the log backups are there here. Okay, that's fine. We will use save the same log backups here. Did you change the parameter? Any parameter, log backup parameter here?
Backup configuration I have changed.
Okay. Why? Because it is not looking that path actually. So let me give this path here. Let's give this path here. Okay. Let's give this path here. So then let's see. Yeah, I will do this path here. Why? Because we have the log backups which are there here. So this will happen every 15 minutes. 15 minutes this backups will happen here. So every 15 minutes this log backups happens here. Right? So let's see here. No. Recovery strategy could not be determined. Log is required here. So something wrong here we are doing here. So recover the log position here. What is the log position here? So that logs we can define it here. So let me most recent state here. Let's recover this up to most recent state here. So yeah, it will use the backups. Selected the point in time recovery backups. Try these scenarios, 2, 3 test scenarios, creation of the data, deletion of the data and everything here. Try these scenarios here, right? So then maybe let's see this location. Try this scenario, multiple things here. So you try multiple two scenarios here, multiple scenarios here. Hello, one is the multiple scenarios. So yeah, it is recovering now. So let's see. So one is the you can try these scenarios for today as part of our testing here. Okay. So once this is completed, let me tell you. 1 minute. Let me restore it here. It's restarting the index server. So see here, the recovery time is the 8th September 6:46. It's the most recent state. Most recent log file got recovered here. So recovery file here. So here we go here. So let's check it out here. One minute. Something missed. Sorry, guys, I need to drop out. Let me. So backup and recovery. So as in the last class, we discussed about the types of backups and also the recovery types, how to do the backup and how to do the recovery. So right. So backups are three types of backups are there. So one is the complete DB backup. Second one is the incremental backup. The third one is the differential backup. So this incremental backup and differential backup are called the delta backups. Are called the delta backup. Why? Because after the full backup only we need to take the either incremental or differential backup, right? So we discussed about the differences between the each and every backup and the advantages and everything we discussed, right? And also we discussed about the restoring the databases to the most recent point in time recovery. So using the system DB, if you go to the backup and recovery, so we can do the recovery of the system DB, also tenant DB. But there is no use of doing the recovery of the system DB. Why? Because here we have the tenant DB, so we can take care of the tenant DB here. So see here, recover the database to the most recent state. So most recent state means here the log backups are required here. The log backups are required in the log area, log backups. So apart from the DB backup, log backups are required. Why? Because the logs are all the logs, the changes about your data, everything available in the logs. So log directory, which means logs. So in the log directory. So if you recover up to that point logs, so that most recent state or point in time. This both are required the log backups. This both are required the log backups. So here this one not required the backup because up to one backup you are recovering particular backup, specific data backup. So data backup means only data backup. Log backups are not required here. For these two, log backups are required here, right? So this is the ways we can perform the recovery of the tenant database. So why we have to do recovery of the only tenant means tenant in the each tenant there is a one index server will be available here. So that is the reason when you are doing the restore, tenant DB is the main time taking process. All the data will be recovered into the tenant DB only. Why? Because so index server is available. All the data resides in the index server only in the form of tables, column store tables and everything. Right? So that is the main thing of the backups and recovery part here. Got it? Right? So here you can see the catalog of the backup here. If you click on the backup catalog here, you see the configuration of the backups here. So where the backups are moving here. Sometimes we will use the back INT. Back INT means third party tools. So not using the same file systems. Why? Because now backups are happening into suppose this is the RAM, then data is moving to your data folder and the log folder, right? After the RAM, as part of the save points, data is going to the /ana data and /ana log folder, right? Log folder. So so data is RAM to the here it is going. So if you take the backup of the data folder, so that is fine. Why? Because that is called the data backup. If you why? Because so data folder means all the data resides here in this data folder only. So just you can take the backup of the your data folder. That's fine, right? So and also log backups. Log backup also we can take the backup here. Separate backups we can take it here. So both we can take it either same storage. Both we can take it either same storage means same storage or we have some external providers who will store the data, external providers. So they will store our data. Example, so many third party systems are there or cloud providers are there to store the data and etc, right? So that is the reason, so you can use any one of the method to store the outside of the data. Why? Because within the systems we are taking the file system backup, entire hardware crashed, your backup also crashed, right? Entire hardware crashed, entire this is a host. In your host only you are saving the data. Entire hardware crashed, entire your data will be deleted, right? Entire data will be corrupted. So that's why most of the people will take the backup outside of the your host, outside of the data center, your host, so that if something happened to this host, we can just recover. We can take this backup to inside of the host, one more host, then we can recover it. So that is possible. That is possible. That's why we will take the outside, not inside of the system. So if you don't have that much of infrastructure, that much of cost, then we can take inside of only move the backup files to some other scheduled location. We can move it. So that is the one of the possible solution for the HANA data /HANA log folders, right? So this is the recovery backup types here. I hope in the last class also we covered so regarding this one. So any questions from anyone here regarding the backup and recovery? So backup interval, see here, they put the 5 minutes interval. Backup every 5 minutes, the log backups will happen. So every 5 minutes log backup means so file system will go down status here. So we should not keep every 5 minutes. It's like 15 minutes is the recommended value. Here they put the every 5 minutes here, right? See here. So that OS level, so see a lot of files are written into the OS level. See these many files are there here. So these are the backup files. So this one log folder, log volume, it will take the backup. The backup files are created. So normally these log files are not required here. These log files are not required. Why? Because whenever if you want to do the recovery, that time these log files are required. Other than that, So these log files are not required here. Other than that, these log files are not required here. Okay, these log files are not required. So just I removed it to get the some free space at operating system level. Okay, so we got the some free space here. So we can disable it for the training systems. Not required to keep it on here. We can disable it so that automatic log backup will be so scheduled. The logs will not be written here. And also you can see the file system based backups. The backups are written into the slash media backup. So here in this location, the backups are moving here, right? This is the catalog. This is the catalog means it will show the how many backups are completed. So what are the backups? All the information log backups, log backup, log backup, log backup. So data backup, successful log backup. So 11th, so 1 MB created. So what is the location of the log backup here? So here, so all the here the location of the log backups also here written. So it's a different procedure again. We can also change that backups also. We can also change that backup procedure to different location. We can change it backup location to different wherever you want to keep it. So you can keep it that location also. So that's your wish to change it. So that is the data backups and the log backups and the recovery part here. So any questions from anyone regarding the backup and recovery part? Let me repeat once again the backup and recovery in the last class we discussed, right? Just however, I will just repeat the types of backups here. Okay. So here full DB backup means your data, entire data will be backed up. So entire data, whatever the data, suppose you are taking this day, so from this date, entire data will be entire this day, data will be backed up here. Full DB backup, right? So that is called the complete backup or full DB backup here. Incremental backup means after you have full database backup taken, then tomorrow when you are taking the database size is this much of increased. This much of size is increased DB size. So this size will be this one. This will be taking the this will take care of the so backup size here. This is called the incremental backup. This is called the incremental backup. This is called the incremental backup here. So that is the so incremental backup here. So extension backup means suppose if we are taking the today, then so from after the full backup, whatever the data is there, though, so that much of data will be backed up here. That is called the so differential backup. That is called the differential backup. So small difference between the each and every backup here. So while recovering, we have to take the first full DB backup, then remaining log backups or delta backups, we have to do the recovery part. So that is the very important concept, right? So that is the main thing here. Got it, right? So any questions from anyone? Any confusion? Any questions? Is it clear? So here we can see in the catalog, in the backup catalog. So here we can see the backups and the recovery and the restore parts. Here we can see here backup catalog. In the catalog we can see the configurations and everything here. So everything, if you want to do anything here backup, so system DB only you have to do it here. So right click. So go to the backup. We want to take the backup. We want to take the recovery. So all those things we have to perform it from the so system DB only. If you want to stop the system, you want to restart the system, so whatever you want you can do it from here. Okay, so this is the one. So HANA modeler on a SQL console means SQL console will be opened, then you have to use security means which we discussed and also last time we discussed it, right? So and also HANA modelers means HANA developers will use this modeling everything, you don't require here. So if you go to the properties, license also we discussed, right? HANA license also we discussed here, right? License, peak memory usage. So license apply here. So you can just click on the install button, license, we can apply types of license here. So permanent license and temporary license and enforced and unenforced license, temporary license, all these things we discussed, right? So that is the license information, right? Here, the how you connect to the database here, through which port, three instance number 15 port number you will connect to the here. That is a very important question. So 30 to 15, which means 3 instance number, 15 is the port number which will connect from so your studio to HANA database, right? That is the main thing here. So, okay. Then what left? What the other discussions we left? So I think we have, if you are okay with this one, then we can discuss about the other topic, right? Any questions on this topic? So you guys practice it, right? Backups, taking the backups and restoring and everything.
I did not get a chance, Ravi, but I need to practice that. It's me, Arun.
Yeah, hi, Arvind. Yeah, no problem. So you can take a time, so you can practice it. Systems are available. And also we have the space is available. You can try to replicate the some scenarios. So replicate the some scenarios means, so take before backup, so create the some user, some data, you can create it, take the backup and restore it, see whether the data is coming or not. If not coming, why that data is not coming, right? Like you can just do the some replications. So take the backup, then wait for some time to complete the log backups. Then so do something. So try to recover it. So let's see. Means all the scenarios you can try to replicate it in the in the DB side you can try to replicate it here. Okay. So that is the main thing here. So the next one which we are discussing about the replication HANA replication setup. HANA high availability replication. Okay, so let me explain SAP HANA HA. So I think I will separate it this discussion.